Okay, sorry for the late start, but unfortunately, when I went to turn on my PS5 to get this started. Okay, sorry for the late start. Oop, little issue there. So anyway, when I went to get started, my PS5 needed an update, and I had to wait for that to finish. So sorry about that. And it took strangely longer than usual than it should have. So now I need to do all this stuff now, but honestly, you know, you guys know that the first part of these runs is usually just, you know, quickly running around, getting to places. It's not the most exciting stuff in the world. I mean, unless you guys disagree and you think it's fun. So I mean, you gotta let me know though if you think it's fun. I mean, I don't see why it would be, but it's not just about being fun or entertaining. It's also about me getting sort of a feel for what is right about these builds. So let's get the right. Yes, let's get away from little shiny baby there. So we will go to the proper Death Knight look. There we go. And now we got to get the right weapons going here. Let's see. What did I end up deciding on? So in the end, dexterity and strength and dexterity and arcane is more useful than strength. So for now, we're just going to focus on getting enough strength to get this to work. So let's see here. So 30. As you, if you remember, the stats build out for these Death Knights is actually really tricky to pull off. I might have to get by with just a little bit of mine this time. Ooh, I actually need the stupid. Oh wait, no, strength I can keep low. This is my discovery build, so for my discovery build I keep my arcane high. Let's see, can I do 10 more here? Which I think it's more important to have higher dexterity at the moment. This is tricky. I'm gonna see if I can get by with lower FP this time. Actually, maybe I can get by with some lower endurance, but I have a feeling I'll need a lot more before this is all said and done. You know what? I think the endurance is more of a pain than the damage is, so let's just do... yeah, that's fine. That'll be fine. I'll fix it later if I need to, but, you know, early on, it's not going to matter. Now let's get this guy all decked out. So World of Warcraft... Oh, maybe I should get started on the actual recording part. Let's see here. Hey YouTube, it's Dave Sicily, and welcome back to another round of World of Warcraft Death Knight. This time round 3, this time blood specialization. Now, if you have played World of Warcraft, or even if you haven't played World of Warcraft, the blood specialization for the Death Knight, technically the first specialization of the 3 trees, is not officially the tank build. Like, originally, when Wrath the Lich King released, blood wasn't technically the tank specialization. Actually, all specializations were tanks. All you had to do was, you know, have the right armor and a certain, like, blood, like, they had ores, like, I think it was blood ore and frost ore or whatever, and one of them was more appropriate for tanking than the other, but eventually blood became the pure tank specialization. People preferred using it whenever they did tanking because it had all these, like, HP restoration options to it, and I think it even had an extra damage reduction option, although I do know there's some of that in the 3rd tree, but anyway. So, yeah, so the blood specialization Death Knight is what we are doing today. What I'm playing today, and as you can see, I got the big old axe going. for me here, and I have my choice of weaponry. I got my dancing swords, because that was the capper at the time for blood. I don't remember it being particularly useful, honestly. I've never even noticed it going off in combat. Actually, Blood Knight is tricky. Frost was way easier to set up, surprisingly. Because I need something for Dancing Blade. I need my Blood Slash, which I got from the Flamberge here. And I know people talk about the Sword of Milos and the Great Stars because they have the HP restoration on hit, but since I don't have a choice of, I can't change the Ash of War or change the setup for the Milos, but I can for the Great Stars. It's going to be the Great Stars that's going to be getting the main use here. I didn't even bother with the sword. I mean, I leveled it, but I doubt I'm going to use it. I actually have 2 of these if I really want to dual wield, but I'm trying to avoid dual wielding heavy weapons. Cause, I mean, I can dual wield, but I'm just, when I played the blood specialization Deathnet, I liked using 2-handers. It was just simpler for me. The main reason for the axe is because it has the Scarlet Rot going on more than anything here. Why is this? It should be blood. So basically everything has blood. Blood here, blood there, blood everywhere. If it does blood loss, I got it. And then there's... I was actually finding I'm actually having a little difficulty finding a place for Bloody Slash, because that's the one thing that's really works for this. But anyway, let's just get the run going for now. I will have time to fix it later. You'll see I don't have the armor going, and of course, as usual, always the dew. Where's the dew talisman? Or at least until it's no good anymore. Where is that dew talisman? Where is it? Blessed Dew. No, not HP. Slowly restores FP, because that simulates the runic restoration thing. Yes, I know. Go Frenzy Flame or whatever ending. I don't care. Just move on. So I got to simulate the, or I should say, approximate. Well, let's just get through here. Anyway, so that's the runic recharging thing. Yeah. Next scene. Yes. Begin Journey 2. Yes. Let's go. Go. I'm already starting late here. I might have to run through some, skip some early stuff. Well, I mean, I'm going to be running through anyway. But you know what I mean. Through the less interesting stuff. Just get going faster than usual. Haven't decided on armor yet. I do have to have my bulky armor. Let's see here. Bulky armor, stupid bulky looking armor. I didn't really get a chance to look at this. That's stupid and bulky looking. I should say like cartoony looking. That's the real thing. Just has to look kind of silly and cartoony. You guys can't even see the gloves in general, so I'm not even going to bother changing that out. And let's see what works. Greaves. Yeah, okay, maybe the Greaves. Let's see, we've got some big bulky Greaves. Oh, actually, those are pretty well. Yeah, that's, I'm still medium mode. Okay, this might actually work. Yeah, that's pretty World of Warcraft-y looking. Might actually pass for a human. This might actually pass for a human player character in World of Warcraft, actually. I got the stupid shoulders. Big gloves. Yeah, this could actually work. I got the big stupid axe. This was actually making me thinking. Got me thinking. I was thinking of a World of Warcraft warrior build. Specifically Arms Warrior. Let's move on here. Okay, so World of Warcraft Arms Warrior. So what's it called? Lion Strike. Let's see here. Where is Lion's Claw? That kind of makes me think of like Crusader Strike. And with two-handed weapons, the way they are in Elden Ring, maybe with a shield, maybe there might be enough there to work with something. there might be enough to work with there for that kind of build. I think it might. Well, I think there's enough to sort of recreate the feel of the class, but at the same time, if there's not enough interesting options, then what's that on its head? Oh, it's a dragon in flight. That's what's on the head. Or is it a dragon? Yeah, it's a dragon in flight. So that's what that this helmet's all about. I always thought it was like a. I thought it was actually just a regular bird. So, a warrior, World of Warcraft warrior, it certainly, I think I can pull it off, but it needs to be a little more interesting than just, oh look, this ability's kind of like Crusader Strike, this ability's kind of like Mortal, what's it called, Mortal Blow? I think it was also called Mortal Strike. You know, oh, this ability, I can kind of get like a whirlwind thing going off. It needs to be a little more than that. Okay, so let's get this to where it's supposed to be. Nice resolve. No, that was for farming. No, for this weapon we are using Roar. It's a blood weapon. Ooh, it's taking quite the hit. Since I had to change all my stats. Let's see, where was it at before? Oh, it was that damage was really nice before, but oh well, I had to trade some stats. But it's all these things would work better now. What else can I switch out here? I need gonna get the blood exaltation going on because we're a blood knight, we're bloody. And what else? Well, you know, at this point in the game, just anything works really. So, yeah, I'll be fine. It's early. Oh, did I level up my skeleton warrior? Yes, okay, he's already leveled up. Good. So he's leveled up. And the only thing I really need to work on now is I need to get my death coils. Thankfully, a lot of the abilities I can't replicate from World of Warcraft. I still can't do even with this build, so don't ask. Ooh, why am I so heavy now? I wasn't heavy a minute ago. Did that really make all that big a difference? Yes, it did. 5 points made all the difference. Okay then. But since I don't want to get too focused on this sort of thing, yeah, I'm just gonna I don't want to go crazy over 5 points of endurance of load, so I'm just going to let the mixed physics take care of it. I mean, nothing's going to be able to stand up to me. I mean, nothing will be a challenge for quite a while anyway. Oh, look who it is. We're going to get a visit now, aren't we? Yeah.
They sir, but I can play turning root to aid you. You need O to the foot. Then it summon me. Ah, Torrent, treat him with.
So what else? So I need to get my death coils. Any ability I couldn't get to work in the previous 2 videos, or I couldn't find a good similar version, they're not here. So now I was looking more at abilities I can replicate from the blood tree. There really isn't that much I have to worry about. I mean, thankfully there's literally a dancing weapon ability. That was handy. That there's literally a sword that's focused on using dancing weapon. It's in the game, yay! Because that was the one I was figuring was going to be the tricky part to replicate. But then we start getting into things like, what was it, blood tap, vampire this or something. Like all these abilities, leeches, blood leeches. I have no idea where I am going to find, you know, similar abilities like that. But I'm gonna have to look through. Like used items. Like there's some abilities that kind of work. There's some items, like if there's an item, I'm sure there is some item somewhere. Fortunately, not necessarily in the crafting tree, but I have found some items in my inventory since I finally finished all my, like all the prep work that was supposed to be for all these builds. I finally just finished it this week. No, I'm not dealing with you. I mean, there are some items in Elden Ring, but they're like found items, not items you can create, that do sort of give me the abilities I'm looking for, that I can kind of replicate them, especially in terms of like just temporary toughness, right? But I'm gonna have to take care of that for the next video, because this is not gonna get hard enough for me to really worry about it. So this shouldn't be a problem. Yep. That this axe is quite the heavy hitter. I know, no heart strikes yet, no blood splashes. Sorry. And this is one build, like I mean, all the builds, all the Death Knight builds had a version of Scarlet Rot, or what they call it. Well, here is Scarlet. Yeah, no, they call it Crimson Rot in World of Warcraft. So I'm actually supposed to be doing Scarlet Rot damage. It's like actually part of the build. It's just part of the World of Warcraft Death Knights, right? But it's especially a little more, well, maybe I shouldn't say it's especially more important for the blood, but you know, it's actually should actually be part of the build. It's easier to mix into this build, is what I'm saying. No, I don't need to go there yet. Although now I know you have to go there before you can get into Langdol, even if you have the two. Even if you have gotten two remembrances. Which is kind of crazy, but that's it. That's what happened. That was going on. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't open the door. It's because you still have to go to the round table hold. Oh, this is always tricky. All that light we found, it's better to go this way. Oh, for people waiting the video for Bomberman, I did not have a good week this week, health-wise. So there will be a video. There's a video coming, but I didn't bother going back to beat any other bosses or anything I would have missed. It was not a good week for me. So no, I did. So there will be a video that'll just be, you know, the highlights and all that stuff of how the live video went, but there's going to be no bonus content. So sorry about that. That I just did not have a good week. It did not go well for me. I'm still working on trying to get the complete version of the Agrius video. Yes, I know there's a video for her, but there's some missing footage there that I want to get in, but it's proving to be tricky, as for some stupid crazy reason, even though the PS4 or PS5 saves the videos in MP4 format, apparently that MP4 format is not the same as other MP4 formats. So even when it is an MP4 format, Sony still does a little something to make it so it's not compatible with other MP4 files. So, and I can't just re-record it on the PS5 because they are, you know, they got that really locked up, right? I thought it could, but no. So I'm trying to figure out ways to get around it. And I also, and I'm working on the Doom video, which is I mean, I could just put it out. I can post it right now if I wanted to. But I wanted to get my new opening. I created a new opening, but it is also recorded because it's still a PS5 recording, and the new video that was done in just like, you know, software, and just some like online software and recorded. And that's just a regular old MP4 video, but again, you know, PS5 MP4s are not... They are a special kind of MP4 for some reason. I don't know, they just don't play along with all my other MP4 edits. They don't play well for some reason. And for another crazy reason, whenever I re-record it or anything, I keep getting like different results. It's just crazy. This stuff's... Learning all this stuff is just messed up my week. I just didn't have a good week. So yeah, sorry. So I'm trying to get those videos up besides just guides all the time. Yes, I have a lot of guides up right now. But I just didn't have a good week for this sort of thing. The guides, though, I can put up really fast. So that's why they're the only thing going up. Although I'm mainly just using them to get my... What was that? I'm mainly just using them to get my... Darn it. My Shorts channel going. Because when you first start posting videos on a new channel, I noticed that for the first little while there, until you have like a good number of videos... Oh wait. No one wants to see me fight you. Ooh. Do it again. Oh. That would have been awesome. Get a kill in before he can act again. Skip the second phase, but oh well. We'll just have to do it this way. Hey, Scarlet Rot. He's been rotted. Ooh. Alright, what was I saying? Yes. So I've noticed with these short videos, you gotta, like, when you first start a channel, even if you have a lot of, I don't know, whatever, I just found that for a first little while, you get no views no matter what. So until you start, like, posting videos and, you know, build up a catalog, and then you start, suddenly people will start watching your videos more. I don't know, so that's a good use for all these guides. But eventually you will be getting more of my regular shorts will be going there to that channel, because apparently it's a very good thing to have a separate shorts channel from your main channel for reasons that YouTube experts have, but I don't know, just whatever, just what they do, just what they say to do. Looking ahead to future streams, I put up all my most recent ideas, or my most interesting ideas. I find will be the funnest looking ones that I have. I still have more, although I am starting to get running a little low on ideas. That said, there's a couple new ones there that I didn't have before, so they keep coming. And as usual, if you guys have any ideas, let me know, any build ideas. But remember, it's got to be something a little more interesting than just, you know, oh, play mage, or oh, play an archer, you know. None of that. I also have future stream, because I can't play Elden Ring forever. I'm going to get sick of it. I also have future stream ideas for, I still haven't played Demon's Souls. I have the game. I did play through the first chapter, or I shouldn't say chapter, of the 1-1 of Bolteria. I did play through that, but I still haven't done the rest of the game. At least I don't think I have. I might have done something. I don't know. I got to the part where the dragon, like... Or did I beat that boss? I got to the part where the dragon... Actually, I think I may have beat the boss up. The dragon blows the fire, and then there's the knight. Or the big golem armor thing. I think I may have beaten that. I don't quite remember. So anyway, that's where I am in Demon's Souls. Somewhere in there. So that's a whole stream idea right there. Or I can just, you know, record it in videos. But yeah, that could be a lot of videos, and I don't know if... I don't know if I watch that, and I don't want to do this whole build thing again in Demon's Souls. I mean, as fun as some people think Demon's Souls is, I'm sure it's great, but... Oh, right, now I know where that little fart is. This is where I need to go to find her. As much fun as Demon's Souls is, I'm sure for some people, I am not going to go to this whole thing with builds in Demon's Souls. No, it's just too old. I don't want to say it's just too old a game, but I am... I just know Elden Ring way more. There's way more at this point. I don't know Demon Souls, and yes, there's a whole bunch of build ideas for Dark Souls 3 and 2 and all those. I haven't actually played Dark Souls 2 much yet, believe it or not. Okay, I did level 1 it. But that's like only the second time I played through the game. So there's still a whole lot of build ideas for that one. But again, it's like, why do that when I can play this? I don't know. I don't want to work. I don't want to go backwards. Okay. For build ideas, this is the game where I'm playing for builds. Now, where's that shack? Okay. What else? So Demon Souls, Deathbird. No, you're too weak. At this level, you're too weak. You're not gonna pose much of a challenge. It's not gonna be much of a fight. So you can stay there. Don't forget, I also still have Blacksmith Wukong. I haven't played it all yet. I mean, I just played that opening little area there. What else did I have on the docket? I never did actually finish my level 1 run for Dark Souls 3. I did for 2, I did for 1, I did for Bloodborne. I never did, or did I do it for Bloodborne? Oh, I think I skipped Orphan. I just didn't want to, I figured just beating the game was a challenge. And oh, right, I'm too busy talking here, focusing on talking. So yeah, no, I don't think I beat Orphan. I just figured beating that game at level 1 was enough of a challenge, let alone going all the way to Orphan. And don't bother bugging me with that.
What are you trying to start?
I'm pretty sure that save file is long gone.
Show me and I'll consider. I'm not in love. You're first.
Yeah, I don't really care about this whole necklace thing. I want
All right.
I want your prawns. Actually, no, I want your crabs, but cooked crabs. The cooked crabs, not his crabs. Don't be weird.
Never met, so we make good men. I'll be seeing you.
But I want those later, just in case I run out. Because I think I did run out with the blood. Was it Frost Knight? Yeah, I think I actually ran out at some point. So finally finishing my level 1 run for Dark Souls 3 could be amusing to some people. It'll be stressful for me, but some people find that really amusing. I got to Bloodier, Nameless King. Yeah, and that's it. I don't remember if I beat the stupid... What's it? What am I doing all the way over here? I don't remember if I beat... What was it called? The giant that summons the guy? I don't remember if I beat that. I remember being really frustrated by that. But I was also doing Bloodier, also doing names. I didn't get past that point. I never even saw Gale at level 1. Honestly, I have not beat Gale very often at all. I think I did it the one time and that was it. I was always meaning to get back to Dark Souls 3 to do it properly. I mean to get back to Dark Souls 2 and do it properly, which for me is like actually doing all the different builds you can do, like, or at least the default builds, you know, pyro build, magic build, all that stuff. I have only ever played just the plain old sword and board for Dark Souls 2, and of course whatever I did for that level 1 run. That's it. I have done it for, well, actually no, I think, oh, you son of a... Oh, now you're actually good at beating people. You were stupid in Night Rain. I did not get the dragon key. I cannot survive that jump. I might survive this jump. Eek. No, I did not. I have to run by this point to anyway to get in, so the soul should still be there. Runes. The runes should still be there. Where am I? I will be back for you, Roonies. Wait, what am I thinking? I'm not gonna go to her. No, I'm gonna go straight to Landel. I mean, I'm still gonna get the key. I mean, it's on my way. So anyway, Dark Souls 3, that's a possibility. What else? And you know, just suggest something. I don't necessarily have every latest game ASAP, but you know, I might be more encouraged to get something if there's demand for it. As of yet, so far, I've gotten absolutely nothing, no suggestion whatsoever. So for now, I'll just keep doing builds for Elden Ring. I imagine some people, well, actually, you know, no one actually watched the Night Rain video, so I was about to apologize for giving up on that after just 2 streams and I only played a couple hours the first day and then an hour on the 3rd day, and then I just gave up on it. But I was gonna apologize for that, but it's like, no one watched that video. No one watched those videos. Like, absolutely nobody. Well, maybe one person, and I know who that is, but that's it. So who cares? No one watched it. So what if I didn't finish it? No one watched it anyway. And as I said in that video, I just wasn't enjoying the game. I just don't like it. I just don't like roguelikes. What can I tell you? The thing that made Elden Ring so great was, you know, the exploration, the getting around, the finding everything, all this stuff, and then here's Night Rain. That is a weird shadow effect. That is not working right. Oh no, no sniper crabs. No sniper lobsters. Oh good, he's not firing on me. So what I like about Elden Ring is exploration and all that stuff. And Night Rain is none of that. It is just rush, 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 go as fast as you can, get whatever you can as quickly as you can, and everything is random. And that just sucks for me. So, and frankly, then Elden Ring's combat system is certainly good, but it's not so great that it can carry me through a roguelike. So if it's something like, if it's a genre I really don't like, combat or whatever, the core gameplay has to be pretty freaking amazing to make me tolerate a roguelike, and Night Rain just wasn't it. And then, oh yeah, you know, the randomness and all that stuff. I don't like all that sort of thing. Yes, I'm sure it's fun with friends. I mean, everything is, but no. And of course, don't forget you need PSN subscription to do any of that stuff. Otherwise, it's just solo. And $200 ain't worth. $200 a year is not worth any of that. Sorry, I can buy a lot of games for that much. Although apparently there's a huge discount on PSN right now, if you're lucky enough to get the offer. But you know, even if it's 40% off, and even if you're lucky enough to get the offer, I mean, the whole idea that you have to be lucky enough to get the offer is ridiculous. Like, PSN PlayStation has become so anti-consumer this generation. Like, I don't think I'd want to give them, even if they did get super cheap, I don't think I'd want to give them the money anyway. Like, don't forget, when it was like $60 a year, maybe $50, $60. Well, first of all, when it's $60 a year, you could get like if you got like 30, 40, 50% off, which was pretty common, you can get it for like 30, 40 bucks, right? So if you're getting 30, 40 bucks to play online, PSN, and then you get like, oh, that gives you an additional 10, 15, 20% off on all the games you buy, right? Like, it differs. Sometimes it's just a minor, it's like $1 off a game, but sometimes it'd be an extra like $10 off a game if it was like a high priced one. You buy like 3 or 4 games like that, and you've just paid off your PSN subscription. Like, just from the discounts, the added discounts you're getting on your games, you've just paid it off. And then I'm not even talking about the giveaway games. Now, granted, they weren't very free because you still needed PSN to play them. It wasn't like Xbox 360. Xbox did that part right. When they gave away a game, it was yours. That was the end of story. Your game. Period. PSN, well, it's only free as long as you're subscribed to PSN, and there were some major bugs that were created as a result of that, which I discovered, where if you bought a game legit, and then you downloaded a PSN game, like you also got it off PSN as a free giveaway, and then you downloaded that game, it would overwrite your purchase of the game so that it would be as if you never bought the game. And you'd have to have PSN every time you wanted to play it. So basically, you'd lose the game. And if you tried to go to PSN to complain about this, they would just be like, nope. You know, they have horrible customer service. They treat you like criminals for even trying to get a problem fixed. So yes, back then it was like $30, $40 to get PSN if you get a good sale, good discount. And game giveaways, even if, you know, they weren't really yours and they could glitch your game, games you would, you know, purchase legitimately. I know some people are like, why would you purchase a game and then buy the PSN version, right? Well, there were times when I would be in a different room and it was just simpler for me to like just download the game, right? To just download off PSN than to just like, you know, to stick it in or to... I'd sometimes just rather just re-download it. And it was easier to go through PSN than it was to just download the game legitimately. I don't. There are reasons. Okay. Let's see if we can knock him off. This is the guy. We've knocked him off every single. I don't know. One time he died. Okay. Well, hitting someone with a big axe is gonna knock you off a cliff, but he's gonna be dead before he hits the ground. That's for sure. Okay. So that time wasn't as exciting or as fun as when we just kicked him. The one time I had to kick. Or I think there was one time he just walked off by himself. That was a good one. No, leave me alone. You guys never catch up to me. Why you catch me up this time? Alright, finish up the whole PSN thing. When it was $30 and they're giving away games, it was worth it. At $200 or $150 or whatever plan, it's... and the games they give away these days are rarely any good. It's very rare to get something really interesting. I mean, it still happens. Oh, are you kidding me? You know how many times I've run through here without anyone knocking me off? Okay, whatever. I've played this so many times now that eventually someone's gonna knock me off or do something. I mean, I never get through these runs perfect. There's always at least one moment at some point in the run where I get knocked off or thrown to the ground or something stupid happens. So why should this one be an exception? Stop it! Let me finish my thought about PSN. Come on, guys. Hey, oh, are you kidding me? Oh, God. Okay, then. What the hell was that? I literally just said there's always one stupid thing that happens in any of these runs. I can go through the same area like 10 times or wherever. You guys see me run through here. I've never fallen or anything in this part. I always just run through it like nothing. So there's always one time in these runs where something just doesn't go like it usually does for whatever silly reason. I guess this is this time. This is it for this time. Jeez. And there goes 150,000 runes that I left there at Liurnia. Ooh, well. Didn't exactly need them. I mean, I do have actually, like, I've added like 5 levels to this build since the last time I updated this save file, so I got plenty of levels. I mean, I'm gonna have trouble finding places to put points soon enough. Yeah, I don't think I need to finish my thought on PSN. You guys get it. Not worth it now. I think I calculated it. It was like I had to. I'd have to buy like 12 games a year at like a $10-$15 discount to like to be worth it, and I have to like download at least 4 or 5 free games giveaways to make the money worth it, and I never get that many games. Or like I'll grab a lot of PSN games, but just because they're there, not because I need them. But in terms of number of games where it's like, this is a game I was kind of interested in but just never got around to buying, and then they put it up, like that's the best part. That's when it's great, but that rarely happens, like maybe once or twice a year. And I don't think it happened at all last year, so. But yeah, whatever. PSN not worth anymore, not at that price. Nope. And a lot of times the games I buy, we're talking about like maybe an extra $2 or $3 off the price. So it's not like it's that great, and I never buy games for like $70, $80 anymore anyway. Games are not worth $70, $80 anymore. I mean, unless it's like a Fallout or a unless it's like a Fallout or Skyrim or something, or well, Elden Ring. Yes, I didn't buy Elden Ring for $70, but you know, I would have had no problem doing so. I just didn't need to, because it was probably going to be like a year before I got around to playing it, and by that time it would be like discounted anyway. But yes, these are the kind of games I would have no problem playing full price for, and it's very rare to see these games. They just don't really make these very often. Oh, good. But I don't have to crit you, because this is just as damaging as crit. So yeah, a lot of times when I end up buying games, it's not about buying them day one anymore. Well, I can wait. Trust me, I can wait. I've mentioned my backlog. It goes all the way back into my PS2 era. I have games from the PS2 I haven't beaten yet. Now, there's only a couple of those. So I only have a few of those to play, but I have a good bunch from my 360 era I gotta beat too. Let me know if you want to see those. I mean, like, what do I have on 360? Well, I never beat Metal Gear Revengeance. Ooh, XCOM. I think it was XCOM on the 360. I don't want to stream that. Well, that game can be very frustrating and it take forever to beat. I got a handful of games there, but no, my biggest backlog is on PC. I have not played a single of my GOG games yet. Well, actually, no, not true. I played Iron Meat, but that's because my sister wanted to play it, and you know, she's a huge Contra fan. If you guys remember Contra, if you don't remember Contra, then just go back to playing your phone games or whatever. But if you do know Contra, then you'll understand why. And if you know what Iron Meat is, then you'll understand. And if you don't know what Iron Meat is, and you are a Contra fan, then please go play Iron Meat. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. It's fun. That I played. But aside from that, no. I have not played any of my PC games. On GOG, on Steam, none of them. On Epic, not a single one. And my PS4 lineup is also terrible. I have like 90% of... You should see my shelf. I got this whole pile of games on my shelf, and almost all of them are still wrapped in their plastic. I just got another one recently. I just got the new Prince of Persia. What was it called? The newest Prince of Persia. The one that's the 2D Metroidvania. I just got that one. Still in its plastic. But at least it's just a recent game. I should also mention that I played Split Fiction over the weekend. Again, with my sister. She was here, so we played it. No videos from that, unfortunately. Two reasons why. One, because the game, I was completely out of video, completely out of storage space on my hard drive. Installing that game and what was the other one? Night Rain. Those two together brought my storage capacity to like 5 gigs. Like that's it, just 5 gigs left for everything. So I couldn't record more videos at all, and I still needed to stream Night Rain. So, and the other second major reason why, for some reason, the speaker was on her controller while we were playing it, and it recorded all her voice. So, and it doesn't matter, and I don't know why. Like, even though I did record some footage from Split Fiction just for funsies, like, but only like a little bit. But for some reason, it focused on recording her video and not mine. Even though I was the first player and I actually initiated the recording function. How did that knock him, one-shot him? It didn't even use... whatever. A couple of bats managed to, like, stun lock me to knock me off a ladder. Why not a bear? So yeah, Split Fiction. For some reason, even though I was the one initiating the recording, it was recording her voice, and you can't really hear the game that well for some reason when you're recording through these controller mics. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. It sounded kind of weird, and it recorded her voice, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to be heard in these videos. So anyway, no split fiction stuff. But what I can say about split fiction is I can see why some people like it. I think it's overrated, personally. The game it does do some good things, so I'm not going to say it's very bad. It's not very highly priced, for one. It's not like super overpriced. And it is neat how only one player actually needs to own the game Split Fiction, even online. I mean, yes, you can play local couch co-op, but even if you play it online, the second player can join the game even they don't own it. I'm not sure how that works, but apparently that's a thing. But you still need PSN, so... But, so, it does get a lot of, like, great things. It's more pro-consumer that way, other than the fact that it's EA supported, and of course EA has their stupid EULAs attached to it, so you're still getting involved with EA to play Split Fiction, unfortunately, so... There's that. But, other than that, I can see why people like it. I personally found it overrated. Mainly because it's a variety game, so, well, it being a variety game isn't the problem. You never know what it's going to be. It does everything, or at least in the parts of the game we played. We didn't finish it, but the parts we saw did everything from being like, you know, an action game to a racing game to a rhythm game. It did like all these different types of genres, right? Now, if you don't play video games a lot, if you don't do a lot of gaming, or you're new to gaming, or you're just not really that hardcore gamer, that kind of game probably seems amazing. Like all these new, look at this game that, I've never seen this, there's something. You probably think it's the most amazing game ever. But if you are someone who's a very regular gamer, you know, hardcore gaming, you know, who's keeps up with all the new games and everything, and it's just going to be like, all they did was just, you know, rip off this game, or all they did was rip off that game, all they did was rip off this. Like, there's even one whole level in Split Fiction that's just Limbo. There is, if you remember the section in Limbo where the, I don't know what the hell it was, some sort of sound explosions, some sort of explosion was going on in the background. It was like sound-based or whatever, and it would blow you away, like literally rip you to shreds. If you didn't take cover behind a wall or something. You remember that level in Limbo? Actually, I think they even did it in Bramble. I think it was called Bramble. Anyway, so they have a whole section to this in Split Fiction. So, while it's a very cool level, in the end, it's still just... It's just that scene from Limbo. Like, all they did was just rip off that whole level from Limbo. So, I mean, again, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, that the game is bad or anything. But if you've seen all this stuff before, you're like, yeah, I did that already. I mean, I played that game that did this. So it's not. I guess it just doesn't impact me as much. It's still an impressive game for what it is. I'm just like, you know, I'd be more like, well, okay, this is nice and all, but I'd rather just play like a full-scale action game, or the full-scale racing game, or the full-scale, you know, this type of game. I don't need to play a variety game that's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So, I mean, I know it's making it sound like I'm being hard on the game. I'm not. I'm just saying it's great for what it is, and for most people, I'm sure that's great. For me, it's just kind of cute, is what it is. To me, it's like, yeah, I can see how some people can enjoy it, but, you know, it's... Okay, so we need to get... That's enough talking about games. Other games. Let's get to... Gotta go get Radon. So far, this Blood Death Knight run has been maybe not too exciting, but you know how it goes. Early on, nothing can really stand up to me. So that's why I'm trying to do this quickly, so I can get to the parts that are most interesting. Normally, I'd actually just skip through all this stuff and just go right to the end, or... I mean, like, I wouldn't even show you guys this, I just do it off stream, off camera and all this, but... Then I'd only have footage for maybe like 2 days, 2 nights. Well, maybe I could stretch it to 3. But I haven't heard any feedback yet if anyone cares really if I necessarily do this from the beginning or not. So I think it'd be better to just go to the end, you know, skip all this early game stuff, because then you get to see just the good stuff, the really tough bosses at the end when it's actually when this sort of thing is like it's actually a challenge for me. But I haven't heard anything on the subject. So. And yes, I've explained before, why don't I do this from level 1 like everyone else? Well, because I don't feel like spending 5, 6, 7 hours just getting just to the point where I'm just starting to get geared for the build. Right? Because there's a lot of these items that make the build work that you can't get until late in the game, and I don't want to do that. It's got to be fun for me, don't forget. And I don't think that's fun. I like doing these +1 level Journey 2 runs where I have all my gear. Because then I can just say, okay, here's the build straight from the beginning, I can do every boss. Now, originally, I know that means that a lot of bosses are just too easy that way, but my original plan for all this was, oh well, you know, I'll just give myself I'll give myself like a penalty, and I can like the idea was I'll level up to this point, and if I'll only level to like level 50 or something, and if I die, then I can gain another level, and I can keep doing this until I can beat the boss or something. But you know, Elden Ring has to be difficult. So you can't. Once you respec, you have to spend all your points. So, oh well. But just remember, there's a lot of bosses. Like there's a lot of later versions of many of these bosses. So it's not like they don't get any. Like I know this Radon is gonna kill me, or this Radon is easy, but the later Radon kills me a million times. So he'll get his revenge. And like I said, that's why I tend to fight a lot of these, like the Death Bird. I'll fight the one in the DLC because that one's actually a challenge, or I'll fight dragons in the DLC. Or like most of these bosses you'll see here, I'll try and do them in the DLC because they'll actually be more interesting. Or like Estelle, I don't go to Estelle because the regular Estelle is more around the midpoint of the game. But if I fight the one in the snowfields, then it's actually a more higher powered one, so it's, you know, more fitting for the builds. Anyway, that's the goal. I mean, if you've watched these streams, you already know the plan, how it works. And then, of course, I reserve my right to avoid fighting any certain creatures if I don't have the time or the inclination, or if it's against the code. Remember, for the Death Knight, the code was servants of the. I don't kill servants of the Lich King, right? It helps me. Those little codes help me determine, or help me like prioritize which bosses I can fight, since I don't have the time to fight everyone. You must be a girl. I don't know. I'm just saying that sometimes you get the most interesting camera angles when you ride by these creatures. But yeah, the codes help me prioritize which bosses to focus on killing. So, and I rarely ever fight Rickard because Rickard, there's only one real way to fight him, and that completely undermines any rules of the builds. So, unless you're willing to just stand there in the lava and just hack away at him, or if you're a wizard just spamming spells, it's like what's the point? The elements of the build just don't come through against Rickard, so I don't bother. Unless it's like something like Agrias, for example, where she's like she fights monsters or justice. That counted for her, so I had to fight him with her. But in the case of this particular build, Servants of the Lich King, let's face it, that guy Rickard, that guy is a servant of the Lich King, definitely. But what's going on there and what things are going on, I mean, not necessarily. I know the Lich King would actually kill dragons just because they weren't servants and they were powerful, even though they weren't necessarily against him. But you know, just if you're alive, you got to join me, right? Or you're too dangerous to be left alive. So, actually, no, there were some. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I remember there were some creatures he'd leave alive if they served him, or served him from the get-go. I don't need you, Millicent, not this time. Actually, no, that 5 dex could be really useful, but I just... Maybe off stream. I don't know, it's not critical. So, no Rickard, servant, he's a servant of the Lich King. Where am I going? And actually, the Deathrite birds would also be servants of the Lich King. I mean, they're literally undead birds. So, yeah, no, I don't have to fight them. Undead dragons, I don't have to fight them, as they are servants of the Lich King. I do have to kill dragons, you know, holy gods, all those folks. You get the deal. So basically, if it's undead, I don't have to kill it. Or some really weird, crazy, funky monster that's against everyone, everything else. That kind of works for the Lich King. I don't have to kill them either. Okay, I'm going to switch it up for Radon, because I've just been using this axe so far, and while it's... I mean, it's the same, it almost looks exactly the same as the Deathstrike axe. The icon for Deathstrike, it looks like the same axe, right? So that's mainly why I use it, not just because of the Scarlet Rot and, you know, all the blood and all that stuff. Ooh, is the axe bleeding? Oh no, that's just the buff. Wait, why is there a buff active? Nah, who cares? It looks cool. It looks like looks like the axe is bleeding. It looks like I'm bleeding. I'm a Blood Knight. So, well, not a Blood Knight, but a Death Knight Blood. It completes the picture, so let's just enjoy it. Are those feathers? Are those supposed to be like feathers? It looks like they're supposed to be feathers. What do the feathers have to do with this armor? Oh, I don't really care. I'm just thinking like gold, 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 feathers. Am I not wearing the right... Oh, I am not wearing the right gloves. Whatever. Nope, this might be bad. Oh. Further proof that the fall distances are not balanced properly in Elden Ring, because that one was definitely high enough to kill me. I am still sore over that fall in the DLC in the second little finger valley place. Where it's only like maybe 20 feet fall and it kills you every time. That still bugs me. Okay, now let's switch things up a little. I've been using this axe a lot lately, but I do have a whole bunch of other weapons. Let's try... Now, I do have blood tax on that sword, which isn't really Death Knighty, you know, quick stabs like that, but it does restore your HP, and keep in mind, a big part of the Death Knight, or the Blood Death Knight, is they restore their HP a lot, because they're sort of like a tank. So... Now I'm supposed to have another sword for Blood Strike. And Blood Strike is what I really should be doing, because I think they actually have an attack called Blood Slash in World of Warcraft. And Heart Strike is the big one, but there's no ability called Heart Strike in Elden Ring. So Blood Slash it is. So what's one? Do I want Occult? I think... Okay, I think for this one it doesn't make a big enough difference. So... it's not going to make a big enough difference. So we are going to... Let's give the Flamberge a run. Let's give Blood Strike a go. And let's try and... Oh, Heavy Load. Right, so I can do the Dancing Blade. The minor one. I can fit that one on there. This one might be too much. Well, I should craft my Death Coils. I forgot to craft my Death Coil spell. Where's Rancor Pot? Okay, where's my Death Coils? Oh, okay, I'm not probably going to need them in this run anyway, so I shouldn't kill myself over it.
Festival is nigh. The festival. Before we begin, allow me to paint. But now.
Okay, so what else am I missing here? So Dancing Blade, Blood Slash. Honestly, these are the builds I really should be focusing on using, because they are actually closer to what I have. The Great Stars. I'm supposed to be using Great Stars when I need a more tanky situation. I was just using the Great Axe more because it just deals so much damage. It's like it's probably most best suited for early game, but eventually I'm going to probably use more of these. I got my Death Coil. And eventually I'm going to need to find some items that act as like the other spells. Like there's a thing called, where is it? Where they like, it's the Sacred Bloody Fleshes. These are very, very Death Knight like. Like for the Blood Death Knight, it reminds me of a certain buff they get. But there's very few of those, so I gotta be careful. Ooh. And I forgot to check to see how I can craft blood greases. How many of these? Ooh, I have many, many, many of these. Root resin, blood rose. Do I need a lot of blood roses, though? You know, I still have a lot of blood resins left, so I'm not going to get too focused. I'm not going to go nuts with that stuff yet. But I will definitely stick it on there. Or I'll definitely grab it in the pouch. Anything else? Rot grease. I'd rather do blood grease. Oh, I went over that earlier at the beginning of the video. It's really tricky trying to get all the stats necessary to recreate the Death Knight. It's really tricky because technically the Death Knights are like superhuman, like everything. They'd have to have really high HP, really high magic, really high arcane. They'd have to have really high endurance because they wear the heaviest armor, really high strength, like high everything. The only thing they wouldn't be high on would be like faith and maybe intelligence, but in terms of the World of Warcraft lore, they're like superhuman. So trying to make sure I have all the stats to really do this right is really tricky. So it's probably going to be a while until I get it, everything going. So it's really more about having the right abilities from World of Warcraft. And it was really hard to try and get all the right ones. Don't shoot me yet, don't shoot me yet. Yeah, of course you shot me. Wait, why am I calling for... Oh, it's such a habit now to call for help. Ah, screw it. I probably should have fought him without help, because after all, they are not servants of the Lich King, but whatever, they're alive now. Ah! Ooh. Bloody slash! Ah! Ooh. Oh, I didn't hit you. Death coil! Why am I business being... Here I am. I'm trying to now just use abilities for the sake of using abilities, and now I'm being stupid. Death coil! Okay, stop screwing around. I need to stop screwing around. This should, honestly, the fight should be over by now. Malform Dragon something. What is it? Malform Dragon armor. It is one of the sets of armor that look most World of Warcrafty. In terms of like the big cartoony shoulders and big cartoony helmets, like stuff like this. The other one would be... What was the one I used last time? Oh, I forget what it's called. Oh wait, I gotta use Bloody Slash. I gotta remember to use Bloody Slash. Why am I even bothering? It's already over. Oh, it's not over. How is he still alive? He's dead! Or is he dead? Oh, there's the tiniest sliver of red. You can just barely see it. Yeah, no, he's down. He's gone. Okay. Now he's gone. Okay, that was very well timed jump. I just sit there. Okay, one more little hit and he jumps over my head. So yeah, this build is more about recreating the abilities in terms of you can summon them for this fight. And he is over there now. Yeah, you can summon them for this fight. You can summon all, well, maybe not all of them, but you know, most of the NPCs, Blade, whatever. Now, none of this matters to me because, you know, this is just the build one. And technically, I'm supposed to kill them because they are not servants of the Lich King. But I would feel very bad about killing them, so I'm not going to do that. And plus, I don't need any of their armors or anything. So anyway, that's enough for that. Okay, now I got to know. You really want me to kill Blade? Well, it's only fair. He is, after all, not a servant of the Lich King. So wait, where's my... Oscar? We will start off with a... honestly, I thought I missed him as well. But I shouldn't have summoned them. I really shouldn't have. It's just such a habit. But don't worry. Radahn will have plenty of chances to kill me later. Oh, you can use a potion. Use a flask. Flask. Why do I keep saying potions? I haven't played a game that you call them potions in like years, but I still keep calling them potions. Oh, you son of a... You know, in some ways he's... Does he have that many flasks? What the... What's with everything surviving by hair tonight?
I'll ask yourself, what harm can be done?
What harm can be done to a shadow? Hey, you know I'm the Lich King? Or work? Oh, you know what? I'm not sure what he's saying. Really. What? What? Oh, you someone's trolling me. Okay, I get it. Oh, that's fine. We'll just run off. Alright, that takes it out. Now I gotta go to Round Table Hold. Oh, wait, I can't go there yet. I have to do it from a grace, I think. I don't even pay attention to it anymore. Frankly. It's just too much.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
No, this is just +1. By the time you get to NG7, or, I mean, I've never done NG7, but from what I've seen, people say that at that point, if you're not using, like, the most overpowered builds, you're dead. And since the point of these runs is to, like, all these silly little builds as possible I can come up with, I mean, if I'm at, I mean, I could easily do NG7 with my PS5 version of Elden Ring, because I think I'm on NG3 now on that one. I could just keep going over and over again. But if the point of these is to play, like, Blood Death Knight and Frost Death Knight and whatever the hell, Bomberman or any of those things, and those builds just flat out don't work, then there's no fun in it. I mean, remember, these aren't challenge runs. These are not meant to be challenge runs. They're just builds. They're just fun little ways to play through the game. I'm not trying to challenge myself here. If you want to see me challenge myself, go back to my the very first video, the Sword and Shield run. That was a challenge run. At Sword and Board, no, I wasn't allowed to use anything Elden Ring related. It was Dark Souls rules only. No skills, no mixed physics, no... If there was any sort of new feature ability that was added from Dark Souls 2 onwards, I did not use it. Except Torrent. I did use Torrent because how the hell else are you going to get around the world without Torrent, unless you're walking everywhere. But it was rough. Okay, have I talked to enough people? Yeah, I'll fix her for later. I will get everything later on. I don't need anyone yet. I just need the blacksmith. Oh no, I don't even need the blacksmith. I could buy a level up. No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to level up. At this point, like, what am I even getting for levels? Dexterity. Oh. The Flamberge can be found in, what's it called? Redmane Castle. I think I put a video up for it. Did I? Have I done that one yet? I don't know, I have so many of these old guide videos I haven't put up yet. I've been doing them like once a day. It's in Redmane Castle. You gotta go up, and you gotta do it not during the festival. It has to be before or after the festival. And you can get it... yes I do, but I decided it wasn't goofy enough. For this build, it was not, I didn't think it was World of Warcraft worthy. Then again, it's not much different from this side. It's the shoulders. You gotta have those shoulders. If there's stupid looking shoulders that are like high enough that when you jump it looks like they're crushing your head, then it's World of Warcraft worthy. Anyway, the Flamberge, it's in Redmane Castle. It's like one of the areas when you climb the ladders and go up to the ramparts. And it'll be on the ground where the pumpkin head guy is. There's one guy, he's a pumpkin head. He'll be standing there, and it'll be like right behind him. I actually literally had to just grab this sword for this run. I thought I had it already. I didn't. Okay, so we are done talking to them. So I can go back now, and this should be unlocked. Yep. That threw me off that one time when I was here, and even though I beat 2 remembrances, the door was still locked. I was like, what the hell? No, you have to go to Round Table Hold before we unlock. Okay, now let's get to, let's see here. So it's going to be Shade of Godfrey? Godric? Godfrey. And then we are talking about, Margit. Margit? The big guys, definitely, yeah. A little tip, if you're farming for that staff they use, this hammer, do it here. You don't want to be farming for these things at the Howling Tree, trust me. Here, there are easy and simple to kill, and there's so many of them, and you can get plenty of opportunities to farm. But in the Howling Tree, they're so much stronger. I think the Howling Tree area is harder than DLC, personally. Because you can't just grab blessings to make things easier. No, it's like raw damage in the Howling Tree area. And of course, with all those branches and tree branches and all that stuff, it's just a major pain to kill those the oracles. That you do it here. You. Now I used to kill this one here. I haven't done this area with a mage yet, believe it or not. I have yet to do a mage run of any kind. I was thinking of doing something for Gandalf, like Lord of the Rings Gandalf, but I'm still not quite sure how I can get that make it work, because I'm still, like, in terms of getting his gear and his look, oh, that's easy. But in terms of what his abilities would be, he just uses so few of them over the course of the movies and in the books. I'm not sure what his spells would be. And I don't want to just be like a basic mage, because like, if I'm just playing a basic mage run, like I'm just dressing up like Gandalf, then it's like, well, I'm just doing a mage run. Like, what's so amazing about that? I mean, sure, it's a build, but you know, it's nothing unique or special about it. But trying to get Gandalf to work, under the limitations of how he acted in Lord of the Rings, that sounds more interesting. But the problem is, I don't know what. Yeah, but he doesn't really use spells. Like the only thing he really does in the books is he sets the wolves on fire. Yeah, and he does the light spell. There's no light spell well, there is a light spell in Elden Ring, but you know what I mean. He sets the wolves on fire in the books. He has the fireworks. Like, if there were fireworks spells in Elden Ring, oh yeah, sure, certainly. And he doesn't cast lightning. And no lightning. But see, that's why he's tricky. He's a little tricky. And of course, a lot of the spells would actually be more faith-based. And that gets a little funny. Why are you attacking me? I am talking. I am talking. So it's a little funny. But that's what makes it more fun. Oh yeah, now you're talking to me. Okay. Fine, interrupt me.
Thanks for bringing me to here, and thus I shall farewell. I shall leave. I wish you have full. I have no.
But you know, maybe the spells to get Gandalf right are there. I gotta do research for it. But I already know what the setup would be. You know, gnarled staff, any wooden staff, right? Because I'd be going with gray, Gandalf the gray setup, not white, not Gandalf the white. Because you gotta have the hat. You gotta have that hat, right? So it's gonna be Gandalf the gray. There's a wooden staff. You were right. I didn't think about that. You are so right. You are absolutely 100% right. I can summon eagles. There is an eagle summon. Ooh, thanks for that. Actually, there's another hat. Is it, I gotta look at it when I get a chance here. I think there's another hat that I think works better than Ronnie's hat. Let's see, is it... Am I gonna be attacked here? Yeah, I'm not gonna get a chance to talk about it. Okay, I gotta summon my skeleton companion, because that's what the World of Warcraft Death Knight can do. Although I'm not a Plague Knight, so I don't have the more interesting summons. And of course, he's useless anyway, so why do we even bother? Yeah, it's still early on, so these aren't going to be like the toughest fights. But there'll be plenty of harder fights. Actually, Malakath was a... Where was he? Okay, he was a real problem for my Plague Knight. He was not so much for the Frost Knight. Then again, that Frost Knight was shockingly powerful. Although I was just spamming Ice Storm the whole time, so... Oh, goody. Yes, I am well aware a lot of people will always take fashion over function, which happens a lot in these builds. Like this, like I would never normally wear this armor for a regular run of Elden Ring. But you know those World of Warcraft armors? They're so cartoony and bulky, right? Now, where's that hat I was talking about? There's actually a better hat for Gandalf that I think works better. Where is it? Not hers. This one. Alberic's pointed hat works more. It's more gray and... Well, I mean, it looks a little funny here, but you know what I mean. So yeah, for Gandalf, I do need to... I need to go over the spells more. I'm sure I can make something work. I don't want it to just be a simple Pyro run. Because don't forget, I'm doing the Pyro Dancer. That's one of my later builds coming. And that one's going to be all fiery and dancey and, you know... She's going to be the fire person. So I don't want to have too much crossover. Well, I think it works. Well, I mean, Gandalf's hat isn't that big. Oh, this... Oh, no, wait, that's there. It works. See, that's huge. Looks like he's wearing a pancake. Why do I say pancake? Like, what's the... Okay, whatever. Where's that stupid helmet gone? Whatever, just look for the... Okay, without the dragon. Oh, am I still in a heavy build? Oh, right, no, I'm not doing medium. I'm not in a heavy build now. Great, because that axe... Alright, let's, Okay, let's mix things up a bit more. Blood Slash is actually one of the default Death Knight abilities, so I need to use that. But I got to get some of the other ones in here. The Great Stars is more like how Death Knights work. It's not in terms of any abilities like that, but you know, doing hits and doing restoring HP, because they're more of a tank, and that's the closest thing. So let's pull this out. Do I have space to use the great... No, not the greatsword. Oh, that stupid black knife. You know, I'm not gonna screw around with you this time. I'm just gonna take you out right now, because I always end up having to fight you. That was much faster and much easier. Okay, I am going to take a brief bathroom break. I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, I am back. Let's see what messages I missed. Royal Greatsword. Yeah, it would look good, but it is a frost weapon. And I did frost my Death Frost Knight. Frost Knight. Actually, that's kind of works. Frost Knight. I already did the Frost Death Knight about 3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? And I didn't end up using the Greatsword, even though it is a frost ability, because it was a little... If I said a little too anime, would that make sense? Because the way the Death Knights work is it's always... I mean, okay, they're kind of anime anyways, because, you know, just World of Warcraft. But their abilities are more they slash their sword and then something happens, whereas the Royal Greatsword, it's like he goes flying into the air and then slams down, and yeah, it's cool, it's frosty, but I didn't think it really worked, and plus it was just an extra sword. Because I have to have, like, to recreate the Death Knight abilities, I have to, like, give every weapon its own ability. So I got, like, 5, 6 weapons, or 7, like, some cases. I have a whole bunch here. And I gotta find some way to work them all in. So. Oh, and I gotta use Death Coil at some point. I gotta figure out how to get Death Coil. No, you're not a servant of Lich King, so no summoning. Ooh, I have a summon. I mean, he's kind of useless, but... technically, that's a Death Knight. Now, when I was playing the Plague Knight, that's when I had actual good undead summoning options. Oh, right, I can use Braggart's Roar. Because Death Knights are supposed to have, like, some kind of... supposed to have some kind of, like, buff, or tank buff. Right? So that's what Braggart's Roar is for. I gotta get out of here, I gotta get out of here. I didn't get out of here. Oh, I didn't use my... Oh, cool. Goody. He's moving around too much to use Dancing Sword. Now, Dancing Sword in World of Warcraft, you know, I'm honestly not sure what it did. Truly, I didn't really know what it did. It was the capper, you use it, apparently it sends a sword out that goes attacking enemies. I would never notice it. There'd be so much chaos going on during those fights in World of Warcraft, if it did something I didn't notice. So, frankly, this dancing sword is, like, I can actually see this one, what it's doing. Much more useful, actually. I think eventually I stopped taking it. Whenever I played the Death Knight, I just didn't bother with Dancing Sword. I just didn't know what it did. So when the next expansion came and I was able to put those points elsewhere, I always did. Now, speaking for builds that are definitely coming in the future, Gandalf I'm not sure about yet. Next one, I am leaning towards Dungeons and Dragons Ranger, because that's a nice simple little build. I still need to work out ways to buff the animals. Okay, let's get you out of here. Blah, 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 blah. I still gotta work out ways to buff any of the animal summons I do, because there's gonna be a lot of animal summoning. I know the Rowling Standard works for that, but it's also a halberd, and they don't... I mean, I guess there's really nothing stopping a ranger, a D&D ranger, from using a halberd, but, you know, I'm trying to, like, keep... I don't want to use everything. I try and keep things simple, but it is one of the only options I can use to buff everyone, so I still got to see if there are other options I can use for buffing summons. Oh, that's a toughie. There's some good ones. I think Radon, like, basic Radon, vanilla Radon, he's the best. He's my favorite in terms of spectacle, right? And just in terms of how, like, the whole setup for the fight and all your friends are coming in to help you and everything going on, and then the surprise blast, he comes out of the sky and blows everything up. That's the most fun looking. In terms of the most fun mechanically, I think Malakath is really cool. I think Dancing Line is a lot of fun. those two definitely stand out in my mind, and Radon for spectacle, mostly. But really, it's hard to like pick them out. Well, I mean, those ones I'll name. They come to mind first, but there's a lot of good ones, really. I mean, I'd have to really think about it. You know, we'll just leave it at those three. They just came to my mind first. We'll say that's good enough. Definitely my favorite. What am I getting the most? I'm still getting the most out of. Ooh, I'm getting a lot out of Arcane. Wow, 4 points. Should I even bother with endurance at this point? You know, at this point, I'll just put it where the points are working the most. And Arcane is giving me the most bang for my buck at the moment. But at this point, I may get like maybe 20 or 30 more levels out of this. So let's get another one. Do I get 4 more points? Yeah, a lot. I don't really understand the question. That question very well. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. No, just leveling up. But I might respec like off stream when I'm done with this one, because usually the first day of these sessions for these builds is usually I mean, the game's so easy. I'm really just getting a feel for how the build works, how am I going to get the weapons to work, like what can I fix, what I'm missing, stuff like this, right? So I might fine tune things tomorrow. But usually what ends up happening with builds is I'll get to the end, when I start fighting bosses that are actually a problem, I'll usually just end up using whichever works best. So forget Bloody Slash or forget this or that. They're like, no, this is what's working, I'm using it. I have a feeling that axe is going to be my go-to weapon later on, when I really need to deal damage. Vike? Oh, he doesn't really. It's just like frenzy and madness stuff, right? And that doesn't work on PvE enemies. So there's like, I mean, I guess it could be a fun idea, but and again, it's not like the frenzy spells don't do anything. They can be quite powerful. I guess it's an idea I can write down, but in terms of like actually doing madness and all that stuff, it's useless. It doesn't work in PvE. I mean, it works on some of the NPCs, but the way I run through the game like this, I end up avoiding most NPCs. I just find they can be it's like they're very hit or miss. Sometimes, most of the time, they're very easy, and then when one time they're not easy, they're really hard, and it can waste a lot of time. Like, I'm already really close to the end of the stream here. Like, I mean, I'll try and keep going, so don't worry about that, but well, I didn't mean to start this late. But when I'm trying to fit all these, like, I try and get up to Malakath, usually, for the end of a first stream, for the first day of these 3-day runs of these builds. And that might be a little tricky as it is. It's getting a little close for comfort right now. I'm probably gonna have to skip Neil. I mean, I don't like doing Neil anyway. He's such a hit or miss boss. He's either really, really hard or really, really easy. With this build, ooh, I don't know. He could be tricky. I was shocked at how good Frost was against him. But this build won't have the same, doesn't have the same oomph to it. But we shall see. Although I'll try and skip him entirely. We'll see if I can do the Frozen Field skip. I managed to get it working that one time. But Vike certainly has some merit to it. Assuming I'm talking about the guy, we're thinking of the same character. The frenzy flame guy with the spear and all that stuff. Oh, well, I'm not like one of these guys that like these guys who've been streaming Elden Ring for the last 2 years and been playing like 8 hours a day and everything, I'm sure they have the idea of what the best mechanical build is in terms of all the math and all the crazy, like they probably know every single trick in the book. But as for the strongest build I have encountered so far, that when I played this, if you've seen my historically accurate ninja build, on the first day, I had them all set up for occult. Like you had 2 claws, like the 2 claws, and I had them set up for occult and arcane, like all the stuff for bleed, right? And the amount of damage that build was putting out was insane. Like I was absolutely deleting bosses, and even when I changed it later, I did what's his name? Oh, Midra. I actually killed him before he can go do his second phase. I actually killed a bunch of bosses before they could go in their second phase. Moog went down before he could finish. He couldn't even start casting Neil. Midra went down. Keep in mind though, I had summoned help, right? But even with my other builds, you leave me alone. Actually, you know what? Oh wait, no, gargoyles. No wait, no, I can't fight you. I can't fight you. Ah! Gargoyles are servants of the Lich King. I can't fight you. You're technically on my side. I mean, I know you disagree at the moment, but... Run away. No, leave me alone. You are not on my hit list. You are part of the Lich King's army. I don't have to fight you. I think I was using the... I remember it was the 4th clause. Let's see here. It was the ones that look closest to what actual ninjas used, because you know the realistic, historically accurate stuff. The Raptor Talons. So now, in that original build, I actually changed it later because the whole point of the historically accurate ninja was, be historically accurate, like what ninjas actually used, right? And I found that when I used that original setup to be built focused on occult and arcane sort of thing, like the whole like maximized blood damage and all that, it was like, okay, like ninjas don't actually use arcane, they didn't use occult, like there's all these explanations. I had to change it later because I decided it was too much magic-y stuff going on, or too much anime stuff going on. And later I did anime ninja during the vacation week, one of my bonus streams. But yeah, that original build, definitely by far my most powerful build. And I've seen a lot of other streamers say the same thing. I don't know if it's the most powerful build. Like, I'm certainly not going to say it's the most powerful build for PvP or anything. I don't do PvP. But it is the damage, it's fast. Oh, I don't doubt that. I haven't actually played Faith yet, though, so I don't know yet. Well, I played Faith in other Souls games, and they're certainly plenty good in those games. I think I have all of them. I think I have all the armor sets. Oh, right, you're not a servant of the Lich King, so you have to... Actually, no, wait. I killed you last time. But this time you are a ghost. You are a spirit that has reanimated a corpse. So, yeah, you are a servant of the Lich King, or at least you would be welcome among the ranks. So... I don't really have a favorite arm. There's a bug on my arm. Get out of here. I don't really have a favorite arm. I'm more into practicality. I'll pick what works, not necessarily what's cool. But I do like, what's this armor? I do like the beast, this armor. What's it called? The Beast Champion armor. I like the scroll work. Wait, is this the right one? Actually, no, that's not the right one. Where is it? Is it the Banished Knight armor? No, actually, that one's pretty nice too. Where is it? Is it scaled? Well, it's one of these armors here. There's one here that has like all this like intricate scroll work on it. I really liked how Rolana's armor looked when I was doing the Egrius run. Oh, she turned out so great. But anyway. Yeah, I'm sure Faith is really strong. I just have not got around to playing one yet in Elden Ring. That's sort of what Agrias was. She was... not really. Well, because Agrias was all about using the sword art spells, the whole Faith thing didn't really come into play. So she had Faith, but it was more about, like, you know, any spell from Final Fantasy Tactics that she would use. And that was all, like, you know, if she swung the sword and some spell would come out that was either from the ground up or the sky down, straight up or down, like this, right? And that was like Lita's the Needle Piercer, whatever the Umbral Claw, Gravity Claws, like stuff like that. So I never really got to see Faith, but yeah, no, I've only done a Faith build in Dark Souls. That's it. Bye, guys. Every time I run across this wall, my teeth feel sore. It looks like teeth. Why does... I don't know why it makes me think of teeth. I see teeth. And... boom, you missed. Now we keep going. And I will be across before you get another shot off, right? Ha ha ha. Or you can hit me in the butt. Nope, no butt shots tonight. You got me that one time, though. That was poor Torrent. Thankfully, I don't have to fight the stupid Frost Dragon up here, because that stupid Frost Dragon is annoying. Because Syndragosa, I know she's an undead dragon, but the Blue Dragonflight were servants... Well, okay, you know what? Were they necessarily servants of the Lich King? You know what? I forget. But I think they were working for the Lich King, so I don't have to fight any freezing dragons. No Frost Dragons there with me, so yay. Okay, let's see if I can do the skip. So I don't have... Well, I mean, I'll probably have to fight Neil. Well, I don't want to fight Neil, but it depends. Well, actually, it's already... I'm already at my cutoff, so I'm not going to be able to do Neil. But I'm certainly going to try and get up to Malakath, because that's a good cutting end point for a stream. But I will see if I can do the skip. I most likely won't. But I did it that one time. I couldn't believe it. I hadn't done it in a year, but I got it to work. And up, up. Jump. Too early. Crap. Okay, no skip this time. Crapola. Okay. I'm not going to keep doing that because sometimes it can take like an hour. I just keep going over and over again. But I don't know, this one time I was doing a prep for one of these videos, and I just like, I'm just gonna give it a shot, because now I know how to do the how to get to the snowfields really quickly and easily at this point. Okay, well, not necessarily easily. You still got to beat Neil, and it can be easy depending on how it goes. But I was just running by, I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna try, and it worked. First try, first shot. I hadn't done it in ages. I don't know why I timed it so perfectly that time, but I did. So now I keep doing it every time I run by. But not that time. Nope, not that time. I was originally under the impression you had to get the 2 secret medallions. There's a medallion symbol, whatever it is. I thought I had to work, so I'm not going to do Neil this time. Because I think it's gonna be a bit of a tight squeeze just to get to Malakath. So normally to get the 2 medallions, you got to fight Neil to get the 1, and then you got to get the 1 from the Albameric village. But I was always under the impression, because I did it a while ago, I was under the impression you had to get Latenna first, and you had to complete her little side quest, and you had to drop her off by the giant, you sucker will always spawn right on top of you no matter where you are on the lake. We're on the same side, stupid! Don't attack me. I can't see a damn thing. Oh look, a tree. I may have... Oh, no, we're just... Same bug is on my knee. Stupid bug. Okay, so anyway, I was always on the impression you had to get Latenna to the giant Albinar woman, whatever, and then you'd get the medallion. But no, you only have to jump, just jump. Like my short, just jump. All you have to do is talk to that guy in the pot, and he'll give it to you. I completely forgot. So now it's really easy. You just have to beat Neil and then beat that guy, and well, whether Neil is easy or not really depends. Like that historically accurate ninja, oh my god, was once he was corrected to be historically accurate, it was a real pain in the butt fighting Neil, because then I was no longer all set up to have like blood attacks or bleed damage or anything like that. And then, well, I mean, I still did bleed damage, but it wasn't nearly so often. Honestly, I haven't... Well, I've seen all the endings, but... Remember how, was it you? One of you two said earlier how the lore gets so funky and messed up. And I said, I just don't pay attention to the lore anymore. So, I know the endings, but I just don't care. Because everything is so messed up and weird that it's like, I don't know the significance of this ending. I mean, I'm sure if I researched it, I'd understand it, but I don't care to research it. I don't know if you guys see in my last streams, but I am a writer, so I don't really pay attention too much to other stories anymore. Not because I don't like a story. I love a good story. Obviously, I'm a writer, but I kind of stopped paying attention around the time, was it Halo? Halo had a really good story, but what ended up happening was they started diverting aspects of the story to novels. So you had to read the novels to keep up with the story, and when you're a kid, or actually not even a kid. No, Halo 2 came out when I was in college. So yeah, so when you're in college and you're trying to save money for like books or anything, you can't afford to buy like comics or novels or whatever like side stuff they got going on. And so at that point, I just got really annoyed that anytime, and it just kept happening, any new game, World of Warcraft, anything, any game had like a good enough story that you'd want to keep following it, it was bound to get some kind of comic book or novel or side story, and next thing you know, if you're not reading all those comics and those novels, you can't keep up with the story. And I'm like, there's just too many of them. I can't keep up with all these stories. I was in college at the time, and I just sort of lost interest in following game stories. It's like if the story's actually good, you know it's gonna be diverted. Oh wait, I don't want to go into. I want to finish this thought first. You know if the story's good, it's gonna be put into a novel. It's gonna be put in a movie. Now they have web series on YouTube, so now you gotta follow the YouTube series or wherever. They're not always on YouTube, so. And that just sort of just stuck with me. So now, even though they're not all game stories are like that, it's like now I have trouble just getting invested in the story of any game anymore. And I'm not saying that the game stories aren't good. It's like I just can't follow them anymore. You know, I mean, I still love a good story, but if it requires me to I got to read something or like go into a guide or some video to understand what's going on, I just don't want to. I just lose interest. I write enough of my own stories. I don't. Oh, I should really refocus. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I don't really pay attention anymore. And especially with something like Elden Ring, the Dark Souls, everything is so convoluted and confusing and murky. So, but I've seen some people talk about these endings, and they talk about like, oh, you know what? I should change to a much more damaging setup. Oh shit. I got too focused on talking. I need this. I need bleed. Because bleed will do its percentage-based damage. Regardless. And, oh, I shouldn't use the bandit. He's actually a bit of a... Oh boy, oh boy. Hey! Well, now I'm a pancake. Move. Move. Get out of my way. Thank you. If you saw my Bomberman, I'm really annoyed with the giant. That Bomberman run, was... I'll bet it does. But as you can see, the bleed damage still does its percentage damage. Despite the fact that I'm not doing as much, he has so much HP, right? So even though my damage is not so great against him, the percentage-based damage still works. I have not used any of the black flame spells yet. I was thinking about using... Oh, ouchie. You know, I forgot to switch to get some flame resistance. Ah! Don't stop the fire. That's where I need to stand to hit you. I was thinking of using a black flame build if I ever do my Reaper build. My Grim Reaper. Stop hitting me while I'm talking. The Grim Reaper build, I think black flame works for him, but I still haven't decided yet. I mean, obviously the actual equipment I'll use is obvious. Stop swinging! I need you to stop swinging. I need to get in there. You got a nose. Well, stupid. I am too focused on talking tonight. Fine, I'll just hit you here. Because the blood damage will still build up, even if I'm not hitting him in his weak points. What the? Why did he fall this flat on his face like that? I've never seen that before. That was funny. He fell flat on his face. Oh, I hate you, boy. You, that Bomberman run fighting this guy. A fire base, because a lot of explosive attacks in that run are fire based. And so a fire based build on a high HP boss like this, it was horrible. It was so horrible. I think it was like I took like an hour to beat him. You'll have to look at the Bomberman run, but that was... Oh crap, I'm not staying in a good spot. I'm not staying in a good spot. I am too focused on dogging. I should be focusing on fighting. We've already established in my previous videos when something's actually challenging, I really shouldn't be dogging. But at least I finally beat Bloody Consort Radon on stream without any help. Or, okay, I had some help. But the skeleton was useless. He died within like the first... like in like 30 seconds or so it's not like he helped at all. So I'm counting it. Finally, a tree blocks the fire. During that Bomberman run, so many times, there were so many times his fireballs would fly through the environment. I was so angry. Oh, whatever, just watch the video. I was so frustrated by the end of that. Okay, come on, give me another lead. I'm playing for leads here. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh wow. This is getting testy. That is a very weird timing to use that particular word. Well, that's challenging when you're trying to talk and at the same time. Should surely shut up next time. Okay, let me turn this recording off. And my computer just shut off for some reason. I need to turn that back on. Am I still getting anything out of Arcane? No, not really. Not this level. Ooh, 4 points dex. What about strength? No. Actually, I shouldn't... You know, I really shouldn't be thinking this way because that's the numbers I'll be getting for this weapon. But... Okay. Not necessarily for the weapons I'm actually using, so I shouldn't be basing my final judgment based on using this weapon, but all three are up to 60, all three are worth having, so. Okay, let me just get this computer going. It shut off on me. Yes, reload the video, start running. Okay, there you go. Why aren't you running? Run, you. I said run. Okay, whatever. During the cutscene, I'll get this working. Alright, so, oh, it's a stupid Godskin duo. Right. Actually, they haven't been a problem the last few times I've done this. They were a problem for Bomberman. Well, for obvious reasons. Well, okay, I shouldn't say obvious reasons. Basically, it's just when you're just a guy standing around shooting off like cannonballs.
I have long observed the lands between.
And there's such a long recovery time on the cannonball shots. Oh, it was terrible. But it hasn't been too bad for any of my Death Knights. Actually, it hasn't been bad for any of them. Okay, well, historically accurate ninja, I also had the Mimic tier because historically, ninjas had help. So they wouldn't necessarily run in there by themselves to fight. They always had help. That wasn't really a thing. But if you want to, I don't want to lecture about the ninja. Go watch that video. I went on for quite a long time about that subject. I should be talking. Well, I've already done 2 videos of World of Warcraft Death Knight. I'm not sure what else I can possibly say about them. I've been over. Like, I'm not like a World of Warcraft lore master or anything. So I don't necessarily know everything there is to know about the lore or any of that stuff. I tried following World of Warcraft. Well, as I said earlier, I tried following World of Warcraft at first, but it's, you know, they had novels and comics, and it was just too much. Like, no, I'm not doing that. And then in the end, they would have retcons. That's another thing with the story, retcons, because as soon as will you stop attacking me? As soon as a writer changes, as soon as there's a different ownership, someone has to do their own fan fiction or whatever. Okay, whatever. It's faster to die here and to respawn than to fight them all off. That's fine. I'll be back in a second, right where I landed. Bloody. Well, I am a blood knight, so, why, look, blood. I leave blood behind, whether I'm the one doing the killing or being killed. So yeah, the stories, you get a new writer in there, new management, whatever. They'll just change the story. Anything that might have mattered early on will just be thrown out the window because some new guy has to do his own thing. I know. I was on a writing team. Very real, very depth. I can confirm through personal experience. Yes, that happens. Some new person comes in. God knows how they got the job. They certainly aren't like some well-known writer or whatever. This person somehow gets in and becomes the editor for, like, why? And next thing you know, we all have to do whatever this person says, and basically what that person says is, here's my fan fiction, make it look better. So, this happens. This totally happens. This is what happened with me. I guarantee you it's what happens with even major productions. A lot of writing is more about, you'd be shocked how much of it is managing egos. Just managing egos and politics is more than actual writing. So I don't do writing teams anymore. No way. That was a horrible experience. Yee, I am so slow. Oh, don't miss. Okay, good. Yee. Oh, you didn't notice me. I was standing right behind you. I mean, I literally landed behind you with a big clang, and you didn't do anything. Ah, you fell. Wait a minute, why are you guys fighting me? You're all servants of the Lich King. We're all undead here. Now, obviously, even if there is a certain boss that's against the code, but if it's in the way, like I have to beat that boss to proceed with the game, of course I'm going to fight them. Or if it's just any boss that's like really, like something like Midra, I don't think would be a servant of the Lich King. I wouldn't have to fight him, but obviously Midra is a big important boss, so I will go for him. I mean, unless there's no time in the stream or something like that. But like no, and now don't get me wrong, I'm not fighting Midra tonight. No, it's already 2 a.m. Here, I know a lot of my crowd actually I think is Western time, because I seem to get more of my viewers seem to shoot up more as it gets later into the night rather than early on. Maybe that just means I should start streaming earlier. But I don't really get the freedom to just do this sort of thing until this late at night, unfortunately. But okay, let's refocus here. Am I recording now? Actually, one set of videos I didn't end up doing just because I simply forgot to record. Okay, so let's see. What am I going to do here? It's really not so bad. I can use the boiled crab. Let's get some extra... I'm actually surprised I haven't really needed to use any mind attack. I haven't needed to use FP much. Oh, right, this weapon. You know what? These guys don't actually have that much HP, so I am going to focus on just focus on killing them as quickly as possible, because they're actually not too bad for Death Knights. Here's my skeleton, who won't really do much of anything, but it is part of a Death Knight's ability. Death Coil! Death Coil! Kinda useless. Oh right, you do roly-polies. You do roly-polies. Aha. Okay, I had to be smart. Stop screwing around. Okay, well, the skeleton is good for one thing, that's for sure. Hey, get out of there, I can't see. Oh wait, that's not a good time to be going in. Trust me, having the skeleton is not real helpful. It was for the plague build, but that's because I was allowed to use stronger undead. Because the actual World of Warcraft skeleton is just a zombie. Well, it's not a skeleton. It's just a zombie. It's just some zombie you can summon. But I think it's only the plague Death Knight that can. You can actually. No, actually, I've seen a video about someone who says you can beat them before they can summon the other one, but no, that's actually not true. I think he just died or whatever. But yeah, in World of Warcraft, the zombie is actually more like a temporary summon, which is kind of accurate for Elden Ring. But if you're Plague, I do believe you can summon them permanently, so they're just like a permanent ally. They're just by your side. And then, of course, there's Army of the Dead, right? But, you know, I can't do Army of the Dead. Okay, so this time, you know, I'm just going to do them one at a time. One for each point. Thankfully, I don't have to do much for strength, because there's too many stats to worry about, as it is with this build. So for when I did, if you look at my Plague, well, you can just look at the Plague Knight video if you want to see what I did for Plague. Actually, I don't even remember what's necessarily called Plague. But as I get hit with the bullet at the exact same time I say Plague. But with that build, I used a version of Army of the Dead. Now, all Death Knights can do Army of the Dead, right? But there is no Army of the Dead ability in Elden Ring. But what you can do is you can summon those corpses Why they, I don't know, they're called like the disheveled corpses or something. There's like 5 of them or 4 of them. And while that's hardly what Army of the Dead is like, it is a whole bunch of undead guys, and they are very, very distracting, which is what Army of the Dead is really worth. It's really good for. Not so much damage, it's just good for like attracting a boss's attention, and that is what these guys do. Let's see, where was it? Putrid Corpses, actually, I think they're called. Well, anyway, you know, those guys. And they actually work the same way. For some stupid reason, they attract the boss's notice, and they get his attention, and they're really, really tough. So, yeah. But this is not the Plague Knight, so I am not using Army of the Dead. I am just using the token skeleton dude, which is my stand-in for the zombie. Because it's the only other spell I'm aware of that's like, summon I'm aware of that's just like one undead. One undead creature. And that is the bandit. He's still useful though. I mean, he's not strong or anything, but he does stay alive. Or, not as in, here, hard to concentrate when running from lightning and birds. But, you know, he can resurrect himself, right? You know, the undead, unless they get hit again when on the ground, they can come back to life. And that is true for your summons. Not going to kill you, because there's a better version of you in the DLC. Don't hit me now. Oh, don't worry, we'll get to you later. We'll get you tomorrow. Wow, you really want to fight me. Usually when I run by here, you just stand there casting spells. You actually came after me. Yes, we'll see you in the DLC. Don't worry, we'll get you then. Right outside Bale's door. Honestly, I liked you better than Bale. You know what, I'm going to kill you because you're a pain in the ass. Because he'll be hitting you with lightning spells as you cross this bridge. And you, I just don't like you. Yes, I'm aware there's a boss here. Yes, we are doing him next. As soon as I get upstairs. Or up the elevator. Oh, you sucker. Oh, you sucker. Oh, you son of a bitch. Ass. Of course, they hit me right as I say I'm going to do this guy next. Because I have to, it's getting close to when I have to stop the stream. We're getting close to the end of it. And I need all the time I can get, because sometimes that dragon boss, he can be really annoying. Now, most of the times when I fight him, he actually goes by really quickly and easily. But there have been a few times now on this channel where I've fought him, and it's like, it takes forever to kill him because he keeps flying away. Shit! No! Oh, you're freaking kidding me. Literally mid-jump. Oh, you stupid bird. Yeah, there's Sicily's Law. There you go. It's really coming in hard tonight. That is the Rotten Great Axe. It's quite good. I've seen a lot of other streamers say it's a really good axe. Now, will you guys let me get to the next race? Yeesh, how many times have I run through this and not been killed or had any problems whatsoever? Well, like I said earlier, there's always one time. Actually, no, it's been twice now tonight. I had a section where I've done it like many times, no problems, and then all of a sudden they just get me in just the right way. Yeah, that cost me, well, 2 minutes, no big deal, but I can never be too sure with what's his name. I don't know the names of the dragons. They're all something or the other Sax. They're either something Sax or Saxy this or Saxy what? No way. Oh crap. Something or the other sax. They're all saxophone players. Okay, why is everyone hitting me tonight? What the hell? You know how many times I've run through this now? Without having any issue here whatsoever. Oh, okay, I did have the one... I do have been killed here a couple times. For this exact reason. He attacks me, hits me, and I get stuck on the lightning bolt. So that's usually what happens. I just roll by them. So anyway, yes, saxophone player. Or something or the other sax. Normally he's very easy, but there have been a couple times when he drove me nuts here, and it can take a while to fight him, so hopefully that won't happen. But first, we are going to take... Why do I keep saying we? I'm going to take care of this knight up here because he's just... Actually, I think we're wearing the same armor. I am going to take care of this guy because I don't like him. I should have rested at that grace first. Okay, this should be fun. And I really should be using more of my Death Knight abilities. But, actually no, this is a good guy to be using Blood Slash against. Jumping slash jump attacks in concert. That was cool. Wow. Oh wait, I really should have pressed that grace first. Move. Crap. Don't get into a... Crap, I'm getting into a flask block. And unfortunately this guy hits hard enough that this is low energy. Yes, this guy in particular is a pain. Why am I getting... Okay. Yeah, I'm getting that point in the night where... Oh, it's because my flask wore off. That's why. Okay. But there's always a point in the night where it starts getting late and I start feeling sluggish. So... And it's always when I'm about to fight all the toughest bosses, too. Oh, you've been rotted. Okay, this is... Don't you dare die here. Come on. Oh, good. Yay. Phew! And that's how you get the Malformed Dragon Greaves, for the guy who asked about that earlier. I don't know why I waved. Okay, now what are we going to do for Susie Saxy, wherever Sax? Something Sax. Now I really need to actually start using these Death Knight abilities. But you know, this point of the game, I don't really need them because the game's just not challenging enough to really bother. Dancing Blade. Well, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I am going to stick to using this because you want to get him Scarlet Rot on him. And then I'll switch to this. But we are going to change this to... Actually, it's already a cult because then I can use... Actually, no, he's really not hard enough for me to get all... to make this complicated. Alright, then again, you know, famous last words, right? Reduce equip load. But I definitely don't... I definitely don't want to get too far into this fight and then suddenly be like, oh no, I'm suddenly lost my light load. So let's knock this down. Use something a little less bulky, but equally goofy looking. Still gotta look like World of Warcraft, right? Fortunately, none of the greaves are very... You know, I'll do it with the helmet instead. What looks silly? Okay, Malakav's helm looks silly, but it's not like, you know, it's not like cartoony silly. It's just... no, that's appropriate. How about a bird on my head? That works. Maybe something else. Maybe something a little... Okay, that's just realistic. That's like accurate armor. Okay, gotta send the elevator back up. Where's this damn... I wish the glowing stones last longer, because then I can mark where this exact jump is. Because if you go too early, you fall off. This is considered a death, believe it or not. I mean, I can jump off the wall of Castle Redmane and not die. But that little jump, oh no, that'll kill you. Okay, now for Placidusax? Something Saxy. He's a Saxon. So, let's see. We want to get him hit with Scarlet Rot. Because it'll keep affecting him while he's flying around and disappearing and all sorts of crazy crap. So, but then we want to switch to... Alright, I wish it had blood tax, but... Like, well, okay, whatever. Like I said earlier, it's not... This shouldn't be difficult enough to really... Oh, right. Lightning. I don't know. These are all good. No, these are all good. I will definitely want some lightning resistance. But it should be okay. The blood should take care of anything. And I'm going to want to use my Better Poke Flax later. No. Oh, crap. Hitting him in the tail works just as well. Okay, well, it works just as well hitting him in the body until he does that. His tail slash is much smaller than the other dragons, which is good. Oh, oh, they hit me this time. Okay. Whoa. Now, I know you're thinking, go for the crit, go for the crit. No, you can do more damage just attacking this way. See? I mean, well, the blood did that, but... Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. No, not yet. Not now. And you didn't get Scarlet Rotted. Oh, crap. Okay, don't get hit, don't get hit. That can one-shot you. Hey, how'd that hit me? I don't think I've ever been hit by that. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Oh, come on. Well, I've definitely been hit by that before. Oh, shit balls. Yes, focus on that, on the skeleton guy. He's your enemy. Just ignore the guy chopping your tail off. Oh, looks like someone already chopped his tail off. He's missing the tip of it. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Where'd you go? Crap, this is taking a while. I mean, it takes a while. There's a lot of risk. That's gonna go bad. He hasn't been Scarlet Rotted yet. No, butter. I should... Oop. I gotta stop using these charge attacks. No! Oh, keep the fire on that side. How? Aw. Yay. Oh no, it's... Oh, okay. Ooh, lucky. Good timing on that. blood. Oh, I was worried that my barbaric roar faded. But nope, we got the blood. We got the bleed damage in, so we are good. Why do I keep saying we? Well, I guess we as in everyone watching. As for once, there's actually a significant number of people. Oh, okay, not the first time. These Death Knight videos actually seem to get views. I seem to get a good number of people watching these. Okay, so where am I putting points now? I should really stop doing this because the different weapons get different points. Or have like this one's more Dexy, the other one is more. So I'm just gonna keep doing it evenly across the board because really, when it's all, I'm trying to avoid using strength. And right now I have a good setup. I don't have too many strength weapons, so and I really don't have the points to do more strength anyway. So I should just keep it this way. And eventually I'm going to need to start putting stuff in endurance again. Thankfully I haven't needed to use mind FP too much because usually I have more points into it. Well, looks like I will get to Malakath now. Oh, where am I going? To Malakath tonight, because usually it's a bit of a... Where are we going? Beside the Great Bridge. Usually, I get here and it's like I'm rushing to the end. Now, Malakath is a bouncy little bugger. So, slow and steady will not win this race, because he will outrace you in terms of damage real fast. I need speed. I can't even use the Dancing Blade, because unlike the World of Warcraft version, it's not going to attack him on its own. Well, I mean, it'll attack him on its own, but it's not going to follow him around. I need speed, so we are doing Blood Slash. And do I have any... Can I add the stars as well? Ooh, I can equip... Alright, first phase, you want him dead as... Oh, bring them both. I can equip both, amazingly. We'll bring both toys... Oh, let's take the lightning out. We don't need lightning anymore. And wait, what do we have on? Okay, stars is Bright's roar. Then again, I can't put anything cool stuff. So I should really bring the axe for the first phase. But whatever. He doesn't have that much HP, surprisingly. Actually, Malakath has very little HP. The second phase than you think. Yeah, any heavy weapon will stagger the first phase really easily. So honestly, the axe would probably be better, but I don't want to switch weapons mid-fight. It's a little further. The axe is a little further down, so it might get lost in the menu trying to. And you know, Malakath is fast, like really fast. So I don't have time to search. But if I can equip both, so yay. What am I doing here? I'm being silly. You know, normally I would go for more damage, but he doesn't actually have that much HP. What's really going to get me here is stamina. Specifically, more I should really be having, I wish I get some great runes, but I won't need them until later. So either more faster, because usually what ends up happening is when you're avoiding Malakath, you can't stop to like, there is no standing around waiting to regain your stamina. You have to go like constantly bouncing around and attack because your opportunities to find attacks, the only way to get good opportunities is just to dodge them like a pro, right? So now the question is, do I want speed or just amount? I think speed ends up being worth more in the long run. Okay, we are going to bring both to this fight. Oh, and I don't need to... And I do not need the equip load. I'm actually medium still, and that's okay. Let's see, consecutive attacks. So I'm just gonna go for damage. I don't get too complicated with the abilities, even though it's very Blood Knighty to have like the whirl. What's it called? Crimson Whirl or whatever. Absorb all the damage. But I'm gonna make adjustments for that. Tomorrow I gotta go through my inventory and see if I can find more abilities that work. Because what's really going to make a difference is all those little usable consumables that can act as like the various Blood Knight abilities. Unfortunately, there's nothing like Blood Tap. Or maybe there is, I don't know. Or a Bone Barrier, but there is, however, I can do this. This is definitely Blood Knighty. We'll say it's my what's it called? Frost Presence. And we're gonna bring you out because that's just what Blood Knights do. Or Death Knights. I gotta stop saying Blood Knight. Death Knight. Crap, I keep forgetting about that. Honestly, it's better to get through him faster than it is to kill Malakath faster, because Malakath is just like, the fight's so crazy, you can't even really think about getting buffs, or you just want it to be over quickly, so... And he thankfully doesn't have that much HP, so it's more important to get through this phase quicker. Because it's more important to have potions left over than anything else. You bouncy doggy. You're so bouncy. Why do I keep using jump attacks? I don't need to use jump attacks constantly. Yes. Not this matters. It doesn't matter if I did the crit or not. He would have. There's a set HP limit to go to the next phase. So now we want this one. Yikes! Oh shit! Don't. No! 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 You attacking me through the wall, you cheater! Oh, you burned through potions so fast with this, with him. I hate your stupid doggy attacks. You bouncy. Stay back. Death coil! Death coil! Not at the wall! Crap. Oh shit. I have red slashy stuff too! Death coil! Death coil! I mean, mine doesn't. My little red slash doesn't inflict a curse, but I mean, I guess curse of blood. Oh shit balls! Shit balls! Ow! Stupid buff dot debuff dot thing. That should have been a win. Ah, crap! Bola. Okay, I am just going to use the sword for the first two phases. I don't... or... I mean, actually, the... Alright, thanks for watching. Honestly, this was the end of the stream anyway. I usually mark Malakath as like... He marks the end of the stream. It's usually for the first night. And I usually don't go this late anyway, so... I'll get him this time, I'm sure. But so far, I would say the Blood Death Knight, okay, that Frost Knight was really powerful. But that's because of the way Frost works and because of the Zimor Ice Storm. I've never had an ability that could do that much damage in one shot, like 5,000 HP every time we used it. I've never had anything do that. So, but this is still good. I'm still getting my blood bleed attacks off, and it's certainly more damaging than poison from the Plague Knight. And yeah, at least the skeleton is doing his job. Although I'm supposed to be the tank here, but okay. I didn't like playing the Blood Knight because they could tank. I just liked them because they had the simplest setup. In terms of using Heart Strike and just the way it worked, it was very easy to spam Heart Strike. Whereas with the other builds, it was very easy to accidentally run out of runes. Leave me alone. But with Heartstrike, it was possible to, like, I don't know, it's just very easy to set it up so that you could spam multiple Heartstrikes one after another, and there could be times when you could... Oh, bugger. I gotta stop attempting these bosses, like doing these bosses at the end of the night. When I'm starting to lose it. Okay, well, he was hard for Plague Knight too, so I shouldn't be surprised if this is how it went. But yeah, with the World of Warcraft, with the Blood build, I just like spamming Heartstrike. Because of the way it worked. I don't know, it was the way they converted runes to blood runes. It was just so easy to set it up in such a way that you could have, like, all death runes and blood runes, and you could just, like, mash Heartstrike, like so many times, and you can do so much damage that way. I don't know if they really changed it later. I didn't get to play the Death Knight much later on. But... Okay, let's get our friend here, and I am going to try to avoid talking as much this time, so... That might be throwing me off here. Oh, that is getting light, but... Yay, all I had to do was just focus on fighting him instead of talking, and that did the job. And in the end, you know what? I don't think it was much better than using the axe, because I forgot that Blood Slash took that long to wind up. But anyway, yeah, he's down, and we are... Come on, go, go, go. Let's go. I was recording during all that, right? Yes, good. I was still recording during all that. Okay then, we are now approaching what I usually schedule for the second part of the game, or the second run.
Hey!
Why am I wave? I don't know why they wave sometimes when I do that. So, yeah, we are approaching 3 a.m., which is very late for me, much later than I normally go for these. And yeah, that is it for part 1 of Blood Death Knight. I'll be back here, hopefully more closer to 11:30 p.m. Eastern, tomorrow night, to do the second part of this run, which is you're gonna see the Mogs, you're gonna see the Millennials, you're gonna see those types of guys. Maybe the first part of the DLC, and then for Sunday night is when I go up against that stupid my nemesis Radon, Concert Radon. I have actually managed to figured out a way to consistently beat Millennia now, so hopefully I won't look too stupid this time. So anyway, yeah, that's it for part 1. Part 2 of Blood Death Knight will be tomorrow. I hope to see you then. And of course, if you enjoyed this stream for whatever reason, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. You guys know how it works. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good night, rest of the night. Have a good weekend. Good night, guys. Thanks again. And be back tomorrow. I will be doing more.